the In the Room podcast for the first time is Jorge Vega and George Tebow, fresh off their victories at Lion Fight 72 back in December 3rd, man. Welcome to the show for the first time, and congratulations, Jorge, on that great performance, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I'll start with you, my man. Second pro win. You had your professional debut for Lion Fight. I do believe Lion Fight 69 in Boston, the House of Blues, man. Let's get back to that, dude. How'd you feel making your pro debut and in your basic backyard?
I felt actually calm. Like, I haven't fun a year because the whole COVID situation. I was ready to train. I push myself to my limits all the time for every fight. But when I got in the ring, it was like
business as usual.
Nothing. Like, everything was calm, relaxed. There was no worry. Everybody asked me like, yo, are you nervous? Are you going to be on TV? I'm like, why? Why would I be nervous? Because you'll be on TV, but people are always recording me when I'm fighting amateurs. So what's the difference?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't see on TV, it doesn't mean it's posted somewhere else.
Well, you.
But when I got there, it was like normal.
Well, I'm sure you know your coaches, George and Team Santos. They are helping you along in this journey. Bring them nerves down. A lot of activity with them, gentlemen, from the past, being in same circumstances in front of big crowds, man. How special is it to have that kind of team bringing you along and helping you make that pro debut for Lion Fight?
It's pretty good. I like it. Like the way, the personality, the character in the gym, is very refreshing. Like, it's not a kill to be killed. It's always information. They always have information that will help you get better. So it's always like that. So the only reason I like that gym the most is because they always have information for you. They're always trying to teach you the right things. They're always trying to give you knowledge.
We don't make your training sessions sound really easy.
They do not do that so easy. No, they actually make me work.
Well, to get to you,
yeah,
George.
I complain a little bit, but it makes me feel better. So.
Well, George, to get to you, man, I think he's been with you, or at least been with you for 6 years or so, bringing him along,
Absolutely.
helping him along. Has it all been with Team Santos, or have you, have you been in other places helping him along, get other work?
Well, for the most part, a lot of it's at Team Santos for all his big sparring rounds, since we've always had a relationship with Sigurd Tong and Mark Della Grati. Like, since back in the early dark days of MMA, Matt and Crew Mark have always had a really, really tight relationship. So all our real hard sparring days are all up at Sit. So he's getting, 11 to 12 rounds with Chip, my buddy Andreas, and all those killers up there. Plus, I get to go up there and get beat up a little bit too, so it's a great time. As a almost 50-year-old dude, I still like getting in there, mixing it up a little bit. But I also know, like, these kids are going easy on me, and I respect that. So. But big thing between us and Sigurd Tong Boston for sure.
Excellent.
Really tight. And then I shop him out. I let him go to Tommy's every once in a while, make him feel good about himself. Tommy and I would love to, throw in those flying elbows and stuff. We don't do a lot of that. So, and I know Tommy likes to see him around, for sparring days sometimes.
Excellent. Well, talking about Matt and stuff, I visited the gym in the past. I think Matt has the original CES MMA cage that I think he fought in, or he did when I visited it. Is that still there?
We just took it down, actually, because we had to move so many times because of COVID. And that was not the first CES show. I think it was the second one. So it was the second one that Matt fought in. But yeah, Petey Jeffrey was also in that cage. Who else? The other Keith Jeffries, because they started with us back in the day. I don't know if they still talk about
that. And Jorge Vega was in that cage, you know what I'm saying?
But we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. I'm not going to lie, when we broke it down that day, I was a little sad. There are parts of the cage in the new gym, but we just haven't really gotten a part to, getting it back in there. But that Kimbo Slice, Sean Gannon flavor is still at Team Santos.
Excellent. Well, hey, man, what a vibe to be able to, be in a gym like that with the history, behind that, man. Speaking of Mark, Lion Fight 72, where you made your second pro appearance for Lion Fight Jorge. Mark was in the crowd. I talked to Matt, and Mark was hanging out with all you guys, man. How does it feel to be able to get rounds there and know that that caliber and that name is there, backing you and backing your gym?
I feel actually great. I feel super great. I appreciate it because it always makes me feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in a different gym and all that, I like to feel welcome. Sometimes when you go to another gym, you don't feel welcome. You got a target in your back. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to different gyms, I want to feel like I'm part of the crew, or at least let me get involved with the crew. Instead of saying, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to know you got to beat me. I'm like, I don't want to do all that. I just want to have fun and do what I do.
That's what it's all about.
You know what I'm saying? End of the day, it's this. We fight, we spar, we learn, and then I see you next week. And that's it.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure a lot of them at that gym don't want to see you too much during the week, man, because you're knocking people out in that ring. I know seeing you in the past, I mean, you've been through a ton of smokers, in the New England area, the Providence area where Team Santos is out of. Dude, man, I've seen you just doing it since, for years now, man. What's the feeling like to be able to, not that you get making a bunch of money, but to actually get paid for something that you put so much blood, sweat, and tears, and you're on TV and getting a bunch of views all over the place from what you're doing, man. I went on Twitter, man. You blew up. I think Fight Pass is throwing you knockout all over the place, man.
What doesn't listen to me all the time, man.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, here's the thing, man. I mean, it's very modest of you not to see that because you're building your arsenal there and doing it in the ring, man. But what's that feeling like? I mean, you have eyes on you, man. Maybe a target on you don't have at the gym. Now you have, at Lion Fight or another pro organization. What's that feeling like?
Well, I always got a target in my back. And I always will be the underdog because of my size. That will always be, always gonna be like that. My coach say I'm not supposed to think like that, but at the same time, it's like if you're gonna treat me like the underdog, I will prove you wrong that I'm not an underdog. So it always feels great when I prove everybody wrong, because that was my whole life. My whole life is to prove everybody wrong when I want to do something. Oh, you can't do this because of this reason. Watch me learn it. Before I was, you see how my kicks, right? I was a non-kicker. They make fun of me for that. They did. They hazed me for that. They say, why are you kicking for, you non-kicker? And they laugh. They say, oh, I'm a non-kicker. Okay, now I'm dropping people with my kicks. Now what? So that feeling of me succeeding while people say I can't do is always feel great. That feeling that people always think I'm an underdog, it's feel great. Okay, I'm an underdog. I will always be the underdog. But at the same time, when I beat you or I succeed in something that you thought I wouldn't do, it feels great because now you believe in me.
Right.
Now you know that I can do what I say I can do.
Well, at this point, you're 2-0, 2 knockouts in a 3-month or so span for a Lion Fight on UFC Fight Pass, man. George, how do we get this dude, man? How do we blow this dude up more? I mean, there's Muay Thai, everything's opened up. We gotta get this underdog out there because you're not an underdog. In your next fight, I don't think you're gonna be the underdog, man. And you keep carrying yourself the way you are, man. You're gonna, this career that's starting, man, is gonna take you and the gym leaps and bounds, man. George, what's going on with this hidden gem over here, man? I mean.
The one thing that, like you said about doing all the smokers and stuff like that, we had you can't cheat the grind. I've been doing this with Matt since he's opened the door at the gym, and we've had guys in the past that maybe didn't do so well in the amateur thing, so they tried to jump to pro, and then guess what happens? You can't hide what you don't know.
Yeah.
And then everybody calls you out, and then you have a short career. With him, we've always just kept it humble. Me and him always have a great time. We crack jokes in the corner and stuff. Usually when I'm taping my hands, everybody's busting my balls. We always kind of really keep it light. But when he gets in there to do his thing, we put that grind time in. We've had opponents change a bazillion times on every card we've ever been on. So when everybody throws the little curveballs at us, we have that seasoning already. And I think that's something that, you really have to have. The other thing that I love about this kid, compared to other athletes I've worked with in the past, I don't have to get on him to do things. I'm like, hey man, the only thing I gotta get on him for is running. That's about it. You know, but
I jog.
He's a heavyweight, so this is gonna happen.
I do small jogging. You know what I'm saying? It counts.
But you know, when I'm talking about all the time, like when we go to weigh-ins and stuff like that, especially the last lion fight. Everybody seemed like they were just having. Everybody was a tough guy, and like the room compared to when we went to the House of Blues, everybody was kind of having more fun. The room this time at this past lion fight, everybody was just mean mugging and like angry. It was kind of weird. It was a little different than what we were kind of used to in the MMA scene, you know? And I told him, I'm like, no, kid, go in there, do your thing, smile, crack jokes, have a good time. Because a lot of times, you know, the guys that are trying to mean mug you so much, they're really insecure. You know, and if you go in there and just smile at him and shake his hand, you might shake their game up a little bit, you know? And we're really there to have a good time because I know how hard he works.
Exactly.
That's the whole goal of this, just to have fun.
And I really want to get his face out there, like me and you were talking about, because like he is kind of a hidden gem. Like if you know him around in the circuit in our area, but like nationally nobody knows who he is, you know. But I would like to kind of get him out there a bit more to like see like, hey, look at this smiling guy. Nobody does this in Muay Thai. Him and Chip, I think, are the only guys that like happy to kick people.
Well, dude, as we see, I mean, personalities. I mean, it's a new. I mean, everything changes. You know, Lion Fight is bringing a more modern feel when they come here to the Muay Thai. And, you know, dudes like him, like Sean Schubert, these other people that are not so, you know, and they're letting their personalities fly in them ring is bringing more.
I love seeing them.
Yeah, is more bringing more eyes and just more, you know, newer fans to it because, I mean, there's things not to be expected there. So, Jorge, I'm gonna leave off with you, and then I'll let you guys all give all your shout outs, man. As far as like where you go from here, it's the end of 2022. You're gonna enjoy the holidays. Lion Fight is overseas now. What are you looking for? Not just as for Lion Fight. I mean, there's other organizations out there that can come calling for you. But what are you looking for in 2022 as far as staying busy and where you think you want to be as far as in the professional Muay Thai reigns?
Well, I do want to compete. I want to be active. I want to make sure that I don't sit around. Like he said, I'm a big boy. So if I sit around, I'm going to be eating. So I want to be like moving and do something else. So if it's Lion Fight, if it's MMA, if it's whatever it is, as long as I can compete and show my skills that I'm rounded to different sports, well-rounded to different sports, thank you. I should be okay. That's all. It doesn't matter to me. Like, of course, that we always have switch opponent all the time, or always have to wait. That's all. It makes me feel calm as a pro. Like waiting doesn't make me nervous. It doesn't make me anxious. And when I get in that ring, I'm cool. Just whatever. It is what it is. You're gonna hit me, I'm gonna hit you, and let's see who goes down, or let's see if you make it all the way. Awesome. That's all it is.
Excellent, my man.
So when I fought this, my last fight, 72, it was just like that. I didn't know it was a southpaw though. It threw me off. They told me that like in the last minute. That's how much you can tell that I was not thinking about that at all. I was just there to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, I don't got information about my opponent. So what I do is I train my weakness so like that when I get there, I don't have to worry about it. So whatever you learn about me, it's not the same person no more.
That JKD philosophy, like make your weaknesses your strengths and vice versa, you know. Always building on every different parts of his game to stay well-rounded. We're gonna be talking with Coach Matt over the holiday, maybe start looking at some MMA venues. I think he would do awesome in CES. I don't know what you think, but I think that heavyweight division, if they see him coming in smiling, they might, you know, might shake it up a little bit, you know. That might be a good time.
Well, George, before I let you give your shout outs, that's a whole nother show talking MMA because I know, you know, Team Santos is a big jiu-jitsu and grappling, grind in that school. We didn't even hit that side of the coin. You know, any organization like that is, looking for someone like you, man. So with that said, Jorge, social media, any way we can get in touch with you because we're going to build them eyes and get you out there. So shoot that out there, and I'll let George do the same.
So for Instagram, it's champion. What's the line about him?
Space.
No, what's the bottom line?
It's champion_heart12.
Okay. Champion_heart12.
Thank you, Steve.
Why? Because I feel like a champion in my heart, even though you don't see me with a title yet.
Yeah.
But when you do, then you understand. Facebook is Jorge Vega. And what else?
Twitter.
Oh,
Twitter.
Santos.
Oh, you have Twitter.
Oh, I have a Twitter? Yeah, I do. I just don't know it.
That's all right. We'll find you. George.
I don't know. I just started doing Twitter.
That's all right,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
That's all right. Hey, we're growing. We're growing this professional career, man.
Everything we're doing is just learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Even doing this video, it's just learning.
Exactly. We just wing this whole interview, man. So with that said, hey, anyone you want to say thank you to, Jorge, and then I'll jump to George.
All right, cool. I want to say thank you to Life of Kickboxing in Coventry. Brian Harrington. Good guy. He has his own way of teaching. He made me push myself. It was a good workout, and he got me ready for this fight. And then De La Grati from Citytown and Boston. They have good teammates, good sparring session over there. Everybody treats you like a partner, like a friend. They don't treat you like an enemy, so that's fantastic for me. And then Matt Santos from Team Santos Academy, my home gym, where they all started.
Yeah.
Oh, and Coach Steve.
Who's
This
that?
guy. You have to be in proper. Without him, you wouldn't even be seeing me.
Hey, George.
Man, you know.
George, I'll leave off with you, man. Social media, anyone you want to thank, anything you want to say before I let you go, man.
My big shout out's always they're always the same, man. Team Santos, Providence, Matt Santos, what is it? Obviously Sigurd Tong, Boston, crew Mark Delagrati, Marie, and all that crew over there. Chip, Pollard, and Andreas for helping him get ready.
That is so true.
Yes, especially Andreas giving him that Thai love. I really appreciate
that was interesting.
And then my regular things like I'm old and I don't like social media, so I'm like Facebook. My name George Tebow, and also I have a Coach George page as well. Oh, shout out to Just Train also, Team United.
That is so true.
Excellent.
Team United,
It's a great...
also, before,
Go ahead.
a special shout out. He renamed it, but let me say it because it's come out of the name. To Chip and Andreas. Could have done it without you guys.
Absolutely.
Nothing but great names thrown in this whole interview, man. So awesome catching up with you. Awesome talking to you for the first time, Jorge. Other than saying hi or talking, talking about you getting kicked in the balls out of old smoker and shit like that.
Yeah.
But hey, listen,
That's my greatest moments.
Hey, listen. Before I'm sure you hit the ring again, getting your own fight. I'll see you at a smoker in between. Then we'll catch up there, and we'll talk and see what's next for you. So with that said, guys, enjoy the holidays. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And congratulations on all the success out of our team, Santos and you, Jorge, man. Can't wait to see you in 2020.
Thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate that.
2022.
Man. Thank you, bro.
We out, man.
Peace.